97.9 The Box.
Good morning, H-Town.
Keisha J, Mac, Jess, and Jazz, live from your local Houston BMW Center Studios. We have a special guest here. Excited about this, okay?
Of course we are, man.
Hometown woman right here. You hear me? Representing Team USA in the Olympics.
A hometown hero, because
Yes.
I know she's going to win.
Yes. Alaysha Johnson, how you doing?
I'm so excited to be here. Oh, my God. I'm lit. I'm turned. I'm turned.
Girl, you should be excited about going to the Olympics. What?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's been a long time coming, but we here now, baby.
You've been at this, what, for 8 years now?
Yeah, I've been at this since I was 7 years old, and this is my third year as a professional, so it's kind of like fast and slow at the same time.
How did you get into track?
Actually, I moved to Houston when I was 7, and I was just walking on the track with my mama, and the coach was like, hey, do you want to run? And my mama was like, yes, she do, and pushed me over there, and that's how I got started, and I just stuck with it.
And you're from Spring.
Yeah,
Are you
well,
from Spring?
I'm from Spring. We can say that.
And
Yeah.
then you went to Oregon.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you were like, I'm going pro after this.
No, I took 2 years off to like live regular life. I was a fiance. I was a bartender. I did so many things like in between deciding to come back to track.
Okay, in those 2 years, you weren't training at all.
I trained off and on. It just depends how I felt.
Wow.
I want to talk about going into the space that you're in right now with the Olympics. Is you ran the hurdles, but you overcame so many hurdles in your life. You know what I mean? And even when you did your speech after you just recently won, and you were like, "I'm doing this for all the hood babies," like for the people that doubted me, like you had to believe in yourself. What do you mean by the people that doubted you? Were there people that said you will never make it to the Olympics?
Absolutely. I think I've had one of the most interesting journeys like in track and field because people don't value people who come back to the sport like once they left. So, like, people who don't come straight out of college, we get, like, less opportunities, less resources. So, I've done it very, very different. Like, when I say people doubting me, it's like, my coach is not a track and field coach. He's an NBA, NFL coach. Yeah, so I don't train with any other track and field athletes. Well, now we just brought somebody on. But it's been a very different journey for me. So, people just felt like we couldn't do it, we couldn't sustain it, and I wouldn't be here that long.
Why weren't you going with a track coach like most people would?
Well, when I was in college, some things happened when I was at Oregon, and I ended up training with the strength and conditioning coach at Oregon. So once I started training with him, I found out that was like really good for me, that I felt comfortable with that, and I felt comfortable with what he had to offer. So when I came back into the sport, I wanted to kind of mimic that. So I got a strength and conditioning coach, and he used to run hurdles for LSU, so it just kind of made sense. And I had to like force him to coach me because he did not want to get back into like the track and field space. But he gave me 3 years, and we really accomplished every single thing that we put on the list. So it's really been crazy.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
Are most hurdle runners 5'3"?
I'm probably like, there's some taller ones, but a lot of us are pretty short.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
It seemed like it would be so intimidating to run over a hurdle at 5'3" because you're so short, but you go on these big hills today.
Okay, when the adrenaline comes in, you don't feel anything. You just like balls to the wall for real.
And so how do you train to do what you do? Like, what's the average day for you?
I probably do like 2 hours at the track, an hour and a half in a weight room, and then a lot of recovery.
So I was reading somewhere, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I literally had a whole bunch of notes, and it literally just got deleted. My computer just froze, and it just deleted. But I believe I was reading somewhere you had some thyroid issues as well when you were running. There's so many things that people go through that people don't understand. Can you talk about your journey with that?
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism when I was a freshman in college.
What is that?
So basically, your thyroid is a gland in your throat that produces a hormone that regulates the rest of your body. So in the way that it affected me the most was my muscles were not rebuilding the same speed as everybody else's. So if your muscles take 24 or 48 hours to rebuild, mine would take around 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So like I was basically, what the doctors told me, deteriorating from the inside out because I was training so hard and I was never giving my muscles enough time to recover. And we didn't find that out for a long time, for like till the end of my freshman season, because my coach was like kept pushing me to do blood work because we couldn't figure out why I wasn't producing like the times I was when I was in high school. So I dealt with that for a long time. I would deal with it for the rest of my life. After I found out, my mom ended up being diagnosed with the same thing, and my uncle. So it is hereditary. But usually they don't test for people like my age. So after I found out about that, it's really expensive. So I didn't understand how expensive it was because I was in college. Obviously, they pay for everything.
Yeah.
Once I got out of college, it was really, really hard to afford a specialist or to even find a specialist in the area. So now I work with a specialist in Dallas, but it's something that I have to continue to regulate because just like anything else in your body, like your hormones change, it could throw it off. And like I dealt with a lot of that at the beginning of this season in indoors, and I just had to have a humbling indoor season, understanding that like my body is not where it needs to be, and I have to just give it time.
Where the times you're like, F this, I don't want to do it anymore. Like, because it's just too much. Everybody else don't have to go through this. I have to go through this.
Absolutely. I always feel like, God, you think I'm your strongest soldier, don't you? Like, you keep writing more chapters to my book just to tell. So I always tell people, like, everything that has happened to me, it has to be, like, for a reason, like, for me to be able to tell my story because it's just been so much. But, like, having something that's not tangible, like, that you can't see, and it's like you don't never know when the next time is going to be an upset, when the next time is going to be, you know, an issue. So just being in a situation where you could be financially stable enough to afford, like, one of the best specialists in the world, like, that has helped me.
How do track runners make money, though? Like, if you're not going to the Olympics and stuff, how do y'all make money? I never really understood that.
Sponsors.
Yeah, so actually, which is crazy because for me personally, I only make money when I run. So I only make money if I run fast, if I beat people. Like, we make money at every track meet. Then obviously we make like appearance fees and stuff like that, depending on how good you are, like depending on how your season and stuff goes. Most track athletes have like shoe company sponsorships that they get. Like, you know, if they run fast or if they have a good season, they'll usually get picked up by a shoe company sponsor. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's because I'm, you know, a little older, because I'm 27, or because of the way that we've done it differently and we're not like manageable in a way, like micromanageable,
Right.
that shoe companies just refuse to sponsor me no matter what I do. I was undefeated my whole first season. I made every team that you could make, and they just refuse. So it's really been a hard, long journey.
Do you think it's like the team, like you got to have the team that's going to go out there and get you that?
I mean,
Because look at you. I mean, it's not like you're lacking anything, right? You're one of the best in track. You're going to the Olympics. You're beautiful. You can speak very well. You know what I mean? Like, somebody get this girl like a shoe deal. What's going on?
Somebody give me some, please.
Did you borrow somebody's spikes for a meet? Did I read that?
No, I didn't borrow someone's spikes, but I did. Like, I don't have access to just get free spikes. So when my bubble popped, like Nike has these shoes with bubbles in them. When my bubble popped before the prelims, I have a homegirl that runs the hurdles as well, and like love her to death. She was like, I have an extra pair of spikes. Like, I brought an extra pair for you because I usually get my spikes from her.
Yeah.
And she was like, I brought an extra pair for you just because I had an extra pair for you. So like now I have spikes.
So was that the spikes that the last meet that you won to go to the Olympics?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
So,
Break for life right there.
so who inspires you?
Honestly, my mom, she doesn't like play sports or anything. She never, I mean, she played basketball back in the day, she will say. But she, like, ever since I was younger, like, she always worked hard. You know, she worked 2 jobs, you know, so that we could have everything that we need. Maybe not everything that we want, but I lived a very, like, stable life. You know, I was always with family. So for that, like, I just feel like she always pushed me to keep working. You just never know what's around the corner. You never know who watching. You never know who, like, you're inspiring. So, like, that's where I get my work ethic from. I seen her go to work, come home, say, hey, make me something to eat, go back to work. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I was raised. So that's all I know how to do.
Name 3 great athletes in track and field that you love.
Ooh.
Anybody. It could be your...
And track and field is crazy. Honestly, 3 athletes in track and field that I love. I'm an underdogger, okay? So I'm going to go with some underdogs. One, of course, I'm going to go with Michael Dixon. That's my training partner. He's amazing. He graduated from North Carolina A&T, so he did the black route. It was really dope, and now he's getting opportunities. And I'm gonna go with Freddie Creedington. He runs the 110 hurdles as well.
So I need
he's
to
an
watch
underdog.
for him.
You gotta watch for him. He actually made the Olympic team too.
Okay, I'm gonna look for him.
And he's unsponsored, so like we've had a similar type of journey. And then I'm gonna go with Tonia Marshall. That's the one who gave me the spikes. Like, she's had an amazing journey. Like, she was so blessed in college, and she's had a hard transition coming out, but like she never gave up. So I'm gonna go with the underdogs for sure.
All right, so how are you preparing for the Olympics? This is big, man. Who was the first person you called?
My coach, he is everything. Like, he gets the good, the bad, the ugly. Like, he's the person I cry to. He's the person I'm excited with. Like, we go to the club together and then we go to church together. Like that is my person. Like, so I call him for everything. I actually have 3 coaches now. I started with just him, and then we were able to like spread out and get extra people on the roster. So I call my coaches for everything because they're never gonna judge me. They've known me, you know, my first coach, he's known me for a long time. So he lets me just do what I do. And I like being in a space like that because when I was in college, it was a lot about the way you look, the way you walk, the way you talk, everything is wrong. So like being with a coach who's like, girl, do what you do. As long as you come to practice and as long as you eat 3 meals a day, you good.
3 meals?
3 meals. He don't play about that.
What 3 meals you eat?
I mean, in breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I mean, like what? For Olympic body.
Ooh, don't you putting me on the spot because I just eat to fuel.
Okay.
Like I just eat to
So you can eat anything.
I eat anything, but that's because my thyroid, I lose weight a lot. So
Okay.
I have to like maintain food to maintain weight, to maintain strength.
So you eat a certain amount of calories every day.
Well, I don't count calories. I just go into my stomach.
I just go into my stomach.
You know what I'm saying?
You said something earlier. You said, because I was engaged at one point. I mean, you said you're engaged. You still engaged or no?
No.
No. You got engaged young?
Yeah, when I came straight out of college. So I think I was like 22-ish.
Oh my God.
I'm nosy.
But it was my college sweetheart.
Yeah.
So.
I'm nosy. What happened?
Well, I wanted to go back to running track, but I had already agreed to stay at home.
Oh.
See, this is tough, right? Being a woman in your position or any woman in the position of influence and you're getting married. I hear guys say a lot of times, I'd rather have a woman that's at home than a woman that's like out here on the go and like is so independent or have their own thing going on. Mac, as a man though, why do you think that is? Like they rather have a woman at home?
Cause we know where she is if she's at home. She's out there.
So you don't like the attention. You guys don't like the attention that a woman of influence or a woman of power.
Hey, just stay at home, baby. I got everything else. But do you regret it? That's my biggest question.
Absolutely not. Because he was a football player. So, like, you're chasing your dream. When I met you, I was chasing my dream. Like, allot me the same, kindness that I allotted you. So
you think y'all are end back up together?
She said
no. He's cool people, though.
I mean, because, sometimes we go out and get what we thought we wanted, and then we come back around.
No.
Spin the block.
There would be no spinning of the block. But he's cool, though. Like, love him to death. Yeah. Like, he's having an amazing life, and so am I.
Who's one person that you were surprised that knew who you were, or after you made it, to the Olympics that's coming up? Who was one person you're like, oh, dang, they know me?
Lady London.
I love Lady London. She lives here. I heard,
So she had commented on my Instagram. So many people commented, and I was like not paying attention.
Yeah.
But then I saw Lady London. I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I was like slitting her DMs like, oh my God, I love you so much. I was fangirled out.
Did she respond back?
Probably not.
But
she already commented, so like,
yeah.
Girl, you know me.
She know who you are. Yeah, she know who you are.
So when do you leave for the Olympics?
I don't leave until the 24th.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what can the city do to rally behind you during this journey?
And all the great Olympians.
Honestly, like just keeping up the positive energy. Like us as athletes, we have to go through so much.
Yeah.
Like I was getting drugged on social media, for parts of my speech that certain people didn't like.
Now I saw a guy that said something about you because he didn't like it, or it pertains to like black women and like how expressive like black women are, and how do you take stuff like that, or like when someone says these things about you, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, so I ignore it now. Back in the day, I used to going back and forth, but when you realize like it's so many other people that love what you say and you inspire so many other people, it don't matter if I would have said, I love Jesus. Somebody would have been upset about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't make everybody happy. Like the people that I can't make happy, I just cherish that. And then I know from the bottom of my heart that my brothers and my mama are going to do what they got to do in them comments. So I don't even be worried about it. Like now I have other people that go to bat for me. So I don't even be worried about it. Like it is what it is.
Did you ever find yourself trying to change to appease other people at some point though? Maybe because people do. I've had people say I sound too black sometimes, or I'm too this or too that. Was it a point where you're like, okay, let me tone it down just a little bit?
Not one time.
I love that.
And I think that anybody who's known me from middle school through high school through college through now, they will all say the same thing about me, that like they would all have the same image of me. Like I've grown and I've evolved, obviously, but never once have I like changed my colors. Like I've always been who I've been, and I think that that's what's got me this far. Every time I go viral or every time I get like a lot of attention on social media, it's never because I ran fast. It's always because like my personality or like my style or, you know, just like me, you know? So I'm like, I'm gonna be me till I die. I'm only gonna be a track and field athlete for, you know, maybe hopefully 4 more years, 5 more years. But like, then I'm gonna be stuck with me. So I might as well embrace it now. That way any sponsorships or any like deals or anything that I do get is like from authentic me. So I'm not stuck trying to be somebody else for a long period of time.
Y'all got a hard job. You train every day for like 4 years for 12 seconds. That's incredible to me.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so crazy. I would probably not be that motivated.
Yeah. I think that the larger community thinks that track and field is only the Olympics. Like, we only get shine for the Olympics. But we have world championships every year. We have indoor world championships. Like, there's always something that you can accomplish. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, I run track not because I've always dreamed of being an Olympian or anything like that. Like, I ran track because it gave me opportunity to go to college for free. It gives me opportunity to build a network. It gives me an opportunity to do other things. So that's why I ran track, and that's why I continue to run track. So for me, it's like I'm not running for the gold medal per se. I'm running for what the gold medal could get me in return in the long run, because I know that this is like a short-lived, you know, so I'm excited to be here, and I give it my all because you never know what you could do. But like, I'm a realist at heart. I know at the end of the day, the day got to end. You know what I'm saying? Period.
All right,
Period.
Really quick, what are you listening to get ready for the Olympics? Who are you listening to? What album? What music?
Megan Thee Stallion. Something for the Hotties. That album with the freestyles goes crazy, and Southside Freestyle is my fave.
Mine too.
It is.
Yeah. It's 97 out of the box.
Good morning, H-Town.